Joe Biden has severely fucked up Kamala Harris's campaign with this comment. So days after the mainstream lying ass media decided to have a problem with the joke Tony Hinchcliffe made regarding Puerto Ricans at Donald Trump's New York City Madison Square Garden, Joe Biden upped the ante and said that his supporters, Donald Trump supporters, anybody who's voting for Donald Trump in this upcoming election are garbage. Take a listen to what he had to say on CNN, the left-line liberal radical news network.
Or Puerto Rico, where I'm in my home state of Delaware, they're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. His demonization.
You heard that. You heard that. In case you missed it, let me play it for you again.
The garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
So the only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. You think CNN, MSNBC, or ABC is going to have a problem with Joe Biden calling Trump supporters or people voting for Trump garbage? Because you got to remember, just because you're voting for Trump does not mean you are a die-hard Trump supporter. Let's get that out the way. You think that they're going to have an uproar about this? You think they're going to talk about this negatively for the past couple of days? No. But it's only when Donald Trump or anybody associated with them has a problem with anything that they say. They twist, they turn, they manipulate shit and make it seem like the other party is worse. You see, when George Lopez said that, when George Lopez made a joke at a Kamala Harris rally, say, hey, if you leave, equipment around building the wall, Mexicans are going to steal it.
Donald Trump said he was going to build a wall, and George Lopez said, you better build it in one day, because if you leave that material out there overnight.
Well, so you saying that all Mexicans are thieves? Why did Mexicans not have a problem with what he said? Why did the mainstream media not have a problem with what George Lopez said? He insulted a group of Mexicans. It's okay when they do it, but when the other side does it, it's a big problem. Listen, I'm starting to believe Donald Trump. I don't think he really likes Kamala Harris. The coup that the Democratic Party and that she did against him, the fact that they pushed him, they forced him out the presidential race. Remember, he came out with a tweet and said, I am staying in the race no matter what. And what happened 2 weeks later? He dropped out. Because why? Joe Biden does not have the kind of skills to lead the country as president. They saw that he was losing in the polls badly to Donald Trump. They said, hey, for us to have any shot at beating Trump, we got to implement Kamala Harris in and have the media pushing her down everybody's throats and scrub and erase any negative history that she has had as VP, as a senator of California, as attorney general of California. You cannot find her record on anything. Hell, even DuckDuckGo doesn't have shit about it. You have to do a deep dive. You have to be an investigative journalist to find credible shit about Kamala Harris. You can find it on Twitter, but you can't find it on Google. You can't even find it on DuckDuckGo. So this is why Joe Biden had to say, and he called Trump supporters garbage. So you think the mainstream media is going to have a field day talking about this? No, they're not. Even so that Snopes, which is a left-leaning Democratic fact-check news site, had to say, Biden didn't actually really call Trump, people who voted for Trump garbage. No, this is what they had to say. Look at this. Biden, in a Zoom call with the organization Volo Latino, said that the only garbage was the hatred of Trump supporters who said such things about American citizens. But when we listen to what he said right here on audio, live on CNN, he did not say that. Let's take a listen again.
State of Delaware, they're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. So Snopes, where in that sentence, which was unedited and live on CNN, that he said that the only garbage was the hatred of Trump supporters? He did not say that. This is why you cannot trust what the mainstream media is saying. All they do is fucking lie. And when they get caught red-handed in their lies, they're covered their lies with more lies. This is insane. So Snopes, which is supposed to be a credible fact-checking website, no longer credible, lose all credibility. They're not going to have a problem with what Biden said, but let Trump say something, or let anybody who supports Trump or a Trump speaker say something. Oh my God, Trump is a fascist. Trump is the second coming of Hitler. Trump is racist. Trump is a pedophile. They have called that man every name in the book. The defamation of Donald Trump by the mainstream media needs to be studied. And once this election is over, I said this in my last video, Donald Trump should sue the living fuck out of every mainstream media news outlet that defamed his name, because they have gotten that man almost assassinated twice. What happened when during the first assassination attempt? They said, hey guys, let's tone down the rhetoric. They didn't tone down the rhetoric of him calling him a racist, this and that. They upped it up even more. They compared him to Hitler. They said that Trump was the second coming of Hitler. You think somebody who was not right in the head, who's going to believe the lies that they keep spewing, is not going to take action into that? They've almost had that man killed twice. If I'm Trump, once he wins, I make it my main mission to get these news outlets shut down, or to get everybody fired and put unbiased people in charge of running things. Because clearly, you cannot trust CNN, you cannot trust MSNBC, you can't trust The Atlantic, you can't trust, Washington Post, ABC, or any of the left-leaning biased news outlets out there. All they do is report lies. Let's finish the
His demonization is unconscionable, and it's un-American.
Yeah, so that's what he had to say. And then, they tried to say, oh no, Biden didn't say this, he meant to say that, or he stuttered. No, it's right there live in video. He called Trump supporters garbage. So anybody who's voting for Trump or is leaning towards voting for Trump, this is what the current commander-in-chief thinks about you guys. Take that emotion into the polls and do what you have to do. Remember, Democrats always say, hey, you have to vote for feelings. You have to vote based on somebody that makes you feel good and joy and happiness. Well, this person said that you're garbage. So, hey, and he wasn't joking. He's not a comedian. So take that into the polls and you decide who you want to be the next commander-in-chief for the next 4 years. Let me know what you guys think about this video and my commentary, or Joe Biden's commentary about Trump supporters. Do you agree, disagree? Leave your comments down below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. I will catch you guys later. Peace.